All right, in today's video, we're going to be building some center rail cars, something like this. I think this is about the final version, except for I'm going to try something different for, these are supposed to be like stacks of lumber. And I've been playing around in the studio trying to find something that works well. Maybe have straps around them or something. That's generally what these cars would be used for. This design was actually one I saw on Reddit first, and I'll have a link to that Reddit thread. They had several pictures of different cars that they had built, and they all looked pretty good. They were much more detailed with like the bogies and everything like that. I was just kind of looking for something simple, but I did kind of use the same center rail design, and then the ends are the same. After that, I did find basically the same build. It was kind of my version and that first version from Reddit. That's on Rebrickable, so I can link to that. Those are free instructions. As for who was first with this design, I have no idea. I thought it was the same person, but once I looked at them a little closer, I'm like, well, yeah, these are different. They just used... I mean, there's only so many ways you could do this design. Some people build their own kind of supports, but if you're going to use these, that's 90% of the build right there. Just goes across, and then you've got some panels on the end. So this is a brick built base. I did try to use a dark bluish gray train base and then build on top of it, and I just didn't like that kind of stripe going across. It just didn't look right. This would actually be my first time brick building a base. So I've basically just got a Technic plate down here, and of course, yeah, just one Technic plate. If you stack up two of these, this is not going to rotate. Maybe I can show that later, but in the instructions that I found in Rebrickable, they had that. And I've also heard that some blue brick sets will have that. The two Technic plates stacked together, and then the bogey plate going through them, which means it won't turn, or it won't turn very well. So something to look out for. And I think that only happens because it's a design that was built digitally, and they've never actually built it to to see that it doesn't work. So I think this is pretty much the final design I'm going to go with, and I'm using 4 of these supports. The other 2 designs that I saw used 5, so it was a little bit longer of a car. But I thought this would kind of match better with my box cars and things like that. But this was kind of the prototype I built, and I've just got some jumper plates just to have something to attach to that you can take things on and off with. But anyways, it's not the final design, so we'll show it more later. This is the big old bag I got from Bricks and Minifigs. And for all the haters and naysayers in the comments, I'm looking at you, Bricksar.
$90?
This is a $50 bag, and that is a lot of parts. Seriously, if you're gonna... Anyone who says this is not worth $50, who also owns a Bricklink store, I want you to inventory all of this and send me an invoice for less than $50, including shipping, and send it to my house. I think this is an incredible, incredible deal, especially for certain parts that might be very expensive. The parts in here, I don't know what, I mean, I think it's all pretty common parts, but I think it's an absolutely incredible deal. And because I'm not a pessimist, I'm an optometrist. I went to the store before they even opened and was a founding member, so I had to buy the $100 bag the first day, but for the rest of the time they're open, I get a 10% discount. So this bag was $40 to me. And I just found out today that I had 3 rewards. I didn't even, y'all have rewards? He's like, yeah, every $100 you spend, it's like $6. So I used like one of them. So really this was like $36 after tax or something like that. And I still have 2 $6 rewards. So eat your heart out, VIP points. I do think it's a better return. And just look at all the individual parts that I get to hand pick and take home with me. A lot of the bins, I guess some of the bulk they get in is already sorted, so it'll already be in bins kind of sorted by color. That helps a lot. And I just started filling up the bag. I even found a tipper bucket. That was pretty wild. So yeah, I had to send a picture to Brickstar of that, and I did bring it home with me. But when I was looking through my collection, I started to make a blue Centerbeam wagon, and just did not have the parts. So I started grabbing up blue parts, yellow parts, and a lot of brown and tan. And I think I'll use the brown and tan for the kind of lumber stacks. And I can kind of use the dark tan too, but I didn't really see you know, a bunch of bricks there in dark tan, so I didn't get any of those, but it's something I can do later. But yeah, that's one of the ways that I get parts for the builds I need is bricks and minifigs. They just opened up, you know, a month or two ago, and I'm absolutely ecstatic. I am so happy that they are here because it makes my life so much easier. The only problem is I have a few of these bags I need to go through and sort, but I'll get to that. I imagine I'm gonna have to order some stuff from Bricklink, so I think after this we'll have a, you know, maybe a few packages. I know I need more train wheels and things like that, and then I'll try to show the finished product with these Centerbeam or Center Rail. I think I've seen both names from rail cars, wagons, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, we'll see you on the other side. All right, so we got like 4 more packages. I ordered 2 thinking I had all I needed, and then realized parts I forgot, and I was completely out of train wheels, so I went ahead and ordered more. And I also had another trip to Bricks and Minifigs, and this is the small bag. This might be 25, but again, I get a little bit of a discount anyways. But yeah, just picked up more yellow and parts and whatever. There's some kind of small pieces in there too, but I wanted more of the plates and, you know, 6 wide plates to make the bases. So I got that. I picked up this set. This is a pretty old one. I mean, not super old. It's not like, you know, vintage or something, but you know, it was kind of more from my era. And I think it's missing some pieces or something. But I think it was $15 just the way it is, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Let's, you know, I think I offered him I'm like, I don't know, I paid $10 for it because it was like sitting in the by the bulk bin. He's like, would you do 15? I was like, yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe that was kind of a low ball to get offer 10, but you know, I do want these places to stay open, so it's not a big deal. And look, I've got money every time I open this knife. Money falls out, so you know, that's another way that I get money for my Lego. So I'm just gonna kind of start with this one, I guess, and see what we got. Yeah, speaking of train wheels, this should be like 25, or it's in the 20s. Train wheels, a single bogey plate, but I have a bunch of those that I got a good deal on, and just a bunch of tan pieces for the, you know, stacks of lumber. Some yellow tiles and jumper plates and blue ones, and then some buffers. Basically bought out every buffer they had. So there's a few different styles in there, but that's going to be a lot of help. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Come on. All right. Okay. Yeah, I needed a lot of these. This is, I think it's 200. That was one of the things I forgot to order because I looked at the price on them, like, oh, they're pretty cheap. You know, it won't be that much. And then forgot to order them. I think they might have still been in the cart. Then yeah, I got some more tan pieces. And then these big yellow panels that'll help with some of these. You don't have to use the big yellow panels, but it is probably cheaper than using the 1x2x5. This one. So yeah, I wanted a bunch of tiles because I wanted them to be pretty smooth for the lumber stacks. So there are some 2x6s. This is just a lot of the jumper plates and tan pieces and stuff like that. So that'll be very helpful. I'll get this built, and then the last one here. So what I'm going to do, I think there's about 200 of these brackets in there, and that's going to be for the lumber. To kind of have like some gray like straps, kind of is what it's going to look like going around them. Yeah, this one was from the Brick Fairy. To inspire creativity and make dreams come true. Yeah, they had a very like cute message that came up when I placed the order, so I thought that was cool. Got some more 2x8 so I can make some longer ones. They had some of the panels. And then, yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. There's a lamp. 9-volt lamp, 4.5 volt. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. I guess that might have happened in transit. That would have been pretty obvious to notice. It's not a huge deal. I'm not gonna. I mean, I guess I need to let them know. But it's not like they ship a lot of those. These are weight pieces, which are a little scratched on the paint, but it's fine. So these are good for level crossing, like the guards that go down. That's what those are for. So, yeah, we got lots of parts here. So I'm excited to get upstairs and get all these built up, and then I'll show them off to you guys. All right, well, here they are. I think they look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this, and I do like the lumber stacks I ended up going with. So I can kind of quickly show how they're built here. I was using 1x2 tan pieces there, but actually I ran out of them. And I figured out it doesn't really matter because they're really not visible. You know, that little bracket kind of covers it up anyways. So you can pretty much suss out how they're built from this. And I want to build extras and have some set to the side, you know, like if I ever build a sawmill or a lumber, you know. I wanted to do more in other colors. The problem is I don't have the pieces I need. I don't have the 1x2. I think this is reddish brown, right? To be able to make these, and I need more of the 2x4s. Again, I think dark tan might look kind of good too. So we'll have to look into that later. But I thought it'd be a little more realistic to have a little bit of a variance between them. But we'll just pretend like all this number is new, lumber is new, and whatever. So I did build different sizes. This is only 2 high, 3 high. These are 2x8 bricks. These are 2x10s. Somewhere through here, yes, there's some 2x6s here, that kind of thing. And I tried to kind of, you know, place them randomly, you know, as far as the placement and everything like that. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull this around. Yeah, I'm watching some Distant Signal on YouTube. He covers a lot of stuff in Florida, so that's really cool. Highly recommended channel. I've shouted them out before. So I wanted to show some of the details here. So, you know, on top here, I've got a 2x4 and 2x2 plate because I didn't have any 2x6s in blue. Luckily, I did have the yellow ones, the 2x6s. Those worked the best. I ordered them a long time ago and never used them. I think I just threw them into a cart just because they were a good price or something. So thank God I had those. That worked out great. But when you do that, you can see this whole piece here can just fall off like that. So it's a little less structured when you don't use the 2x6. And, you know, this would be another option too, to use these panels instead of the 1x2x5. But the problem I ran into is I kind of want to save, these panels for making some more containers. So any of the yellow ones that are on there, I'll probably end up taking off. As long as you have the 2x6 up top, that helps. And also 2x3s kind of works pretty good and is fairly sturdy. Because this is actually not attached here. I believe in the other instructions that I looked at, they did find a way to do that. It was just a little bit technical. But I just wasn't that worried about it. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing any crash tests with these, or I don't know, maybe I will, but... and then the other side, just a very simple, just some inverted slopes there. And I don't like that the bogies can just completely spin around like that. And I have not found a way to mitigate that. I tried all kinds of little things, little, you know, bars and clips and different things, and just nothing really worked to make it stop at just the right point. You want it to be able to turn fairly sharp. But I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Like I said, this is my first time building a brick-built base like this for something that has rotating bogies. Otherwise, it would just be the ones that just have like two wheels, like a wheel here and a wheel here and just a plate. So that's where I'm at with that. I might actually keep this one together and maybe it'll just sit on siding sometimes, or maybe I'll put it in the train. I am starting to think about that kind of stuff to build, extra cars just to have in the background or something like that. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe this will have a different load on it than the lumber. I tried to think of other things, but didn't really find anything that worked well. So if you have any suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments. Let's see. We'll go ahead and fire this up a little bit more just to get some motion here. This is the first time I've really ran that one motorized. I threw a hub into it a while back and just hadn't done anything with it yet. The second unit, that's just a dummy unit, so it's not powered. But yeah, I think I really like these. Yeah, this is a fun little project. I did kind of work on it a little bit in Discord. I kind of teased it a bit and had linked to the other designs that inspired these and stuff like that. That was really, I think, a couple months ago. Sometimes these videos just get pushed back. But if you want the latest and greatest info and all that, definitely join our Discord. It's linked in the description of every video. That's pretty much all I had to say about that. So huge thanks to channel members helping keep the lights on here as always. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.